All right, you guys. So we're going to talk about how to condition your body for tumbling in many ways. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Prepared for it. Um, yeah, you do need your muscles to get stronger, but you also need, you know, to make sure that you're flexible enough. Uh, your tendons, which attach your muscles to your bones, those feel good, especially if you're a lot older. For you younger, like teenagers and kids, it's not as much of a big deal because you're constantly moving and you're in motion, and so your body is more used to all that bouncing around. But if you're an adult and you sit at a desk all day, or if you don't move as much as you used to when you were younger, then that tendon can not be used to that, and that's not good. So we're going to talk about making sure that you're prepping your body good in ways, again, of conditioning, stretching, and preparing the actual tendons in your body to make sure it can take the impact and the pounding of what you're doing to it. So when you do things like push-up holds, or when you do things like wall sits, when you do jump ropes, things like that, just little things like that, it helps prep you way more than you could possibly imagine, honestly, versus, if you did that 4 days a week versus doing it 1 day a week. And some people are like, well, obviously, because I'm doing it more, but you got to understand why it's important to do it more. Otherwise, you're not going to do it more if it's not important enough to you. You're only going to do it when you come to the gym, or maybe 1 day a week outside the gym. And honestly, that increases your risk of being injured when you train your body 1 day a week outside the gym, and only train yourself when you're inside the gym, which you're conditioning, but you're also, when you're in the gym, doing your drills and you're doing your tumbling and you're doing all your bouncing around. So your body's, getting even more pounded. But really, whatever you learn from the gym, you should take home. And I don't mean the drills. I'm talking about the conditioning. I'm talking about the stretching. The stretching is the next part we're talking about too. Like, when you stretch, let's say you jump into a back handspring, or you do a back bend. Let's say you do a back bend and your hand touches the floor, but your wrist starts to hurt a lot. Everybody have that. I have that. My hand touches and I'm like, God, that is so tight right there. There could be a lot of reasons. You might not have very strong wrists. You might not have very mobile wrists. There could be a lot of reasons for that. So, but that's part of, again, that kind of work you can't really do in the gym once a week and think that's just gonna be ready to go in like a month. It's just not. Like, you're constantly pounding on it at the same time. So how much better do you think it's really gonna get? You need to put more time in to strengthening and stretching it than you do flipping on it. Probably, honestly, 3 times more time. That's just my opinion. So, again, depending on if you're older, I'm going to be 31 next month. So, for me, I need to put in 3 times as much work on my stretching and my mobility work than, someone would who's like 8 years old. If that puts it in a better perspective. But, yeah, I mean, still, I know it's early in the day, so that's just, a little bit of information I thought you guys could, digest. Right now, it's not even 9 a.m. yet. The day's still young, so make sure that if you don't have class today, you do some of those stretches today. 30 seconds, each stretch, make sure you do some of that conditioning today. Hold some shapes. I mean, do some jump ropes, unless you have ankle issues, then that's a little different. But, some jumping jacks, wall sits, if you don't have good shoulders, I won't say push-ups. I don't know your situation, but just do something, talk to your trainer first. If you need to get checked by a doctor, get checked by a doctor. I know it's expensive. I know it's annoying. Maybe a PT, or a chiropractor. but someone. All right, you guys. So yeah, this video's long enough already. I will catch you later.